Alright, so for our summer reading assignment, I decided to pick the book The Goal Dreams Begins because it has inspired me on how this young Mexican man took a risk on risking all of his dreams of his family for a thing in which he wants to pursue on becoming a professional football player in the Premier League. Alright, this film first starts off with a clip on Santiago Munez, who's the main actor, on playing football as a child in Mexico. On the same night, basically his family tried to illegally move to the United States to find a better living. And that is very common for every Mexican who tries to move to the United States. So basically, Santiago grows up in the United States in Los Angeles, and he works as a gardener with his father. At that very night, he also works in a Chinese restaurant. He he tries to find money by playing for a football local team on a league called AJFC, and also he makes bets that he scores goals that no one believes he can. So basically, with the money he has, he is forced to buy the cardboard pieces, for example, his shin guards and all his football gears. The next day, he basically then plays for a league in which Glenn Foy, an ex Newcastle player, who scouts him and tells Santiago Munez that he is interested in pursuing this young talent to the Newcastle United squad. This was a dream come true for the young Mexican man because he has always wanted to do this for his life. So basically, when Santiago confronts his father, he explains that how this can be so much better, in which he can get paid around $150,000 each week, and then his father doesn't have to be a gardener or anything else. So basically, his dad disagrees with what he's trying to do because he sees no hope on his son, and he believes that this thing cannot happen. So basically, his dad just left him alone and gave him absolutely no freedom at all. But then his grandmother wanted Santiago to pursue his dream, so she stole her wedding ring and bought him a ticket to London. On arrival to England, Glenn then welcomes Santiago Munez and then allows him to go on his first trial. On his first trial, he would play horribly, and then he was then rejected by the manager. But then Glenn had the power to convince the the coach, whose name was Ross Harmonson, on to take him and then maybe consider to give him one another chance. His performance didn't really go that well, but then he was then removed from the club. After that, he met Gavin Harris, the official starting 11 of the team. So Gavin Harris then tries to persuade the coach again. After that, the coach allowed him to show him in a game of a match of reserves. Basically, Santiago played really well that game by showing on how his tricks and all those stuff. He just dribbled past everyone and scored lots of goals. So the coach then decided to try him for the finals Champions League game against Liverpool. Before the Liverpool was leading Newcastle United by 3-2, but this was the last moment in which Newcastle could find a comeback and go to extra time. So basically, Santiago Munez earned a free kick in which Gavin Harris just basically gave it to him because he earned it, and then Santiago Munez blew everyone's minds off by scoring a beautiful goal and making everything spectacular for the Newcastle United team. The coach was really impressed, and then he then was pursued on getting a high-paid salary, in which his parents were really proud of him. During that time, his dad also passed away, so he basically didn't see him play in the Newcastle final match, but then which was a sad moment. But then the main focus of this book was to inspire people who really want their dreams to come true on becoming a football player. Basically, I'm a person like that as well because I would love to become a football player, but then I see that it's a little too late. But I still want to try to become a football player. As 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 that, I'll be practicing in varsity football every day, and then hopefully I'll be there at one point and maybe have a scout to come see me play and maybe pursue me towards the UK. I really enjoyed this filming of this book because it's really inspiring, and it shed me to tears of joy when I knew that he basically figured out his dream. Thank you really much.